welcome back to another episode of Forced Takeaways. I'm your host, Tony Ballgame. Join with me as always, Jake the Snake. How are we this afternoon, Jake?
Sorry, I just hit my vape pretty hard.
Careful.
It's toasted banana.
Oh,
Um,
you're a little toasted banana, dude.
well, dude, the Eagles should toast my banana after that performance. That's how I
Lord.
am today.
Well,
I don't want to talk about it.
we are
Um,
gonna have to talk about this
okay.
a little bit, but first, I want to get your thoughts on the biggest story of the NFL right now is that the Colts have signed 44-year-old Philip Rivers, who hasn't played football in 5 years, because of their sort of quarterback crisis they have going on. Daniel Jones went down with a non-contact injury. His season is pretty much over. Anthony Richardson is still not really
It's a
playing.
broken
I think
face.
people kind of forgot about him, but he is still on the team, and he doesn't really seem to be anywhere near being injured. And then it turned out that their sixth-round rookie, Notre Dame product Riley Leonard,
Hurt his leggy.
had some kind of injury. They didn't
Hurt
realize
his
until after the
leggy.
game. Yeah, I think he hurt his knee or something in practice or during the game. They didn't realize it until after the game. So Steichen went through the old Rolodex, and he hit up the Broncos backup quarterback Sam Ellinger and asked if they could really do some sort of not cheating, but like release him and then have him come to the Colts. But he's loyal to Mile High. He said no and fuck off. And
Yeah, he said, "Fuck you."
they probably called a couple other people before they. I really doubt 44-year-old Philip Rivers was their first option, but he is there. He did a press. I watched his press conference. It was just his charm. His southern charm was just popping off the screen.
Anthony, when they asked him what is your weight right now, and he's like, I don't know. And, everyone just starts cracking up. Like I thought that was very great and charming, but also oh my god, this is such a fucking nightmare for the Colts too.
Everyone is acting like this is like a cute, fun thing, but this
it's like a Disney movie. Dad comes back and saves us.
It could be really bad. I mean,
he's a grandfather.
He played 16 games for I think 15 straight seasons. He never missed a game once he was the starter in San Diego and then Los Angeles. So he's certainly no one in their right mind could even act like he's injury prone. No one could ever say that. But
he's 44.
He has been out of football for quite a long time, and
he's been coaching high school football, just getting fat in Alabama.
And but yeah, he is from Alabama. Riley Leonard is also from Alabama, and I'm pretty sure his oldest daughter is older than Riley Leonard. And he's going to have a couple guys on the team that are about as the same age as his one of his 10 children. You brought up the fact that he is a high school football coach in Alabama. He coaches at his son's, I believe, Catholic school in Alabama. And I mentioned to you this when we were texting, but being a Catholic in Alabama has got to be crazy, dude. He is literally a protected minority class there. There's not a lot of Catholics in Alabama.
He can relate to his teammates now a little better.
Yeah, he's like, I am a minority.
Yeah, I'm a marginalized citizen.
I hate the KKK. They used to come after us too.
I have to sit at the counter and eat.
Catholics only.
Yeah.
Catholics. He has to go in the Catholics only entrance when he goes to Costco.
Yeah, they got a certain. They have a certain water bottle refill station for him to use because drinking fountains aren't a thing anymore. That's gross. It's always been gross. It was gross when they had a white one and a black one, but it's just objectively gross to share a spigot you put your mouth on too.
Well, you're not supposed to put your mouth on it, but everybody does.
People put their mouth on it. I've been behind strangers watching them put their mouth on it and being so thirsty as a kid, being like, I have to fucking use that now.
I didn't
think like that. I was a child.
At the park, I was a little kid and I was taking a drink out of a drinking fountain. There was a grown adult man behind me, and I'm drinking, and he goes, "Save some for the whales." I literally didn't understand what that meant.
That's so funny.
And he was then he was kind of embarrassed that he got caught like telling a kid to hurry up. It was such a weird.
Yeah, and also called the kid fat.
Save some for the whales. It stuck with me forever.
I used to do this thing in high school where people would only guys. I wouldn't do this to girls. But if they were using the water fountain, I'd run up behind them and like put my hands down like between their legs, and I'd be like red 88, red 88, like I was about to like I was a quarterback under center.
Have you seen those
So
videos?
I've always been doing football bits my whole life.
Have you seen the videos where they're like, where it's like trying to get, X to jump off sides, and it'll be like a guy in front of like a truck or like a stationary object, and it'll be like just be like green 80, what's an idiot?
Yeah, those are really good.
I love that shit. Yeah, so I don't know.
Rivers is back, man. Golly gee.
God gee Willikers.
So I don't think that's funny or cute. Like I know like NFL beat writer, like that's like a specific type of loser is like the NFL blogger or podcaster or writer where like they were huge losers in high school. It's like what like most of them were like gifted kids in high school, but with rich parents. That's why they're in NFL media. Because gifted kids in high school that didn't have rich parents like work at like the grocery store. But if you had rich parents, you're just like in some niche sports media because you got to go to like whatever nice college you wanted, because your parents made a donation. And like they think it's so funny and cute that he's like, oh golly gee, I don't. I think that's like I think it's ham-fisted, and I think he plays it up. I bet behind like behind the doors, he's like talking to his kids, like I will fucking skin you. Like I bet he's not like a sweet, nice guy.
Yeah, what's weird
he's
about
probably
using,
also
like,
cheated his wife a lot because he's a
think?
professional quarterback. Yes, like anyone that has a wholesome image like that, it's like an extra red flag to me. Because he knows what he's doing. Like he knows there are cameras and microphones around him, and he's doing that. All right, like give me a break. The aw shucks personality thing. It's like the guy that listens to Claro ends up being like a sexually abusive barista. Like it's like that same trope where like the sensitive, soft male indie type is always an abuser.
Yeah, what's weird about using the like fake swear words like at as much as he does is that it's like someone that's like, oh, I don't, I'm trying to watch my weight, so I'm only drinking Diet Mountain Dew, and I have 17 of them a day. It's like, why don't you just say the swear words then? If you're constantly on the sideline going like, Dad, damn it, God, that really spoils my stew. It's like you're constantly talking like that. Just say fuck. You could just say it a couple times.
Like that really fudges me. That fudges me in my basket. I'm getting fudged in my basket. And it's like, okay, man, you're a filthy person.
God darn it! Tarnations!
I was hurt as a child and no one believed me. Dagnabbit.
Oh my God, Philip.
They trusted him, and I did too.
He was I was in church every Sunday.
I had to look at him. I had to shake his hand. I had to shake his hand. They made me piss my pleated khakis every time. Because I knew where their hand had been. Dagnabbit. Sorry, that was I'm not talking about myself at that much right now.
Yeah, but this is probably not going to work, unfortunately, because it's
you don't even know if you can throw a ball, dude. Like
this is like an industry. This is like a tailor-made thing for NFL media to just be like, haha, look at this. But here the Colts have to play.
Like gave away first 2-round picks to win the Super Bowl, and it's not going to happen now. And now the guy that they gave those picks away for is hurt, and we don't know when he's coming back. And like they made a lot of they made high leverage decisions that most people don't make, and we're learning specifically why most teams in their position don't make those decisions. And like when they did that, it was like, okay, this is cool. Finally, a team is actually putting their nuts on the table and they're going for it. They want to win the Super Bowl this year. They see what they have, but what they had was actually very fragile, and it fell apart like it was wont to do. And now they're they're so fucked that they're bringing in a 44-year-old high school football coach, like a Disney Channel original movie, um, and it's a nightmare and it's bad. And now we're gonna it's great for me because now we're gonna start to see their fun owner who is like the homie. We're gonna see her true colors. We're gonna see the craziness behind her eyes that for some reason only I have seen, and her weird outfits. Her outfits are not cool or drippy. She looks like a complete psychopath.
Bro,
And like
she's got the mental health Balenciaga.
seriously though, like we're about to find out her true wrath. And look, her face doesn't look like that because she's had a lot of Botox or whatever. That's actually pretty sexist. Like her face looks like that because she's an insane person who is like full of anger and like she's a third generation trust fund kid. You know how fucking demented a second generation trust fund kid is? Let's just look at her dad. Like she was raised by that man.
She is
We're
pretty
gonna
much
find out real soon.
She is the guy from Succession. What's his name? The main guy in Succession. That's it.
I don't know. I never watched it because I can't I can't relate to any like rich people being like awful to each other. Like I don't that's not entertainment to me, so I don't watch that stuff.
It's really good though. I felt like that
Yeah,
too.
no, I'm sure it was. Brian
When it was popular, everyone I kind of felt like that, but then I got sucked into it, and I want to rewatch it actually. But I can't. I loved it so much I can't remember the main character's name. But the Colts' remaining schedule here, they play the Seahawks on Sunday.
I gotta say this, Anthony.
Go
I
ahead.
respected Brian Cox as an actor before that show. I didn't need to see that show. Like I'm not just some normie that discovers actors because of popular HBO show. I'm a character actor sicko. I know all their names. I like know what they've been in. Like that's like part of that's like a special autism for me. Like I can remember football guys. I can remember character actors. Like I was a Brian Cox respecter well before that show came out. So I didn't need that to love him and enjoy his work. You know what I'm saying?
I was introduced to him through Super Troopers, I believe, was my
And
first.
Super Troopers and I think The Ring was it for me.
Oh, he's in The Ring?
I saw that before Super Troopers. Yeah. He's
Oh.
Samara's dad. Remember, and he kills himself in the bathtub?
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched that movie.
Like, that kid was pure fucking evil.
Yeah, sometimes you have a kid, you just don't vibe with them. That's okay.
Yeah, luckily I don't have that experience.
The Colts' upcoming schedule is brutal. I mean, first of all, they've lost 3 games in a row. Then they play Seattle on Sunday, who has one of the most physical, hard-hitting defenses in the league. Then the Niners, then the Jaguars, who the Colts really have trouble with, and then the Texans, who have the most physical, hard-hitting defense in the league. So it's kind of, I mean, again, I'll reiterate, Philip Rivers is, he's never really had he's never had an injury hold him out of a game, ever. So
he's also never been a fat 44-year-old grandpa.
Yeah.
That's who he is now,
yeah,
and it's a nightmare.
I don't know. I want there to be. I want him to have a couple nice moments. I don't want him to go out.
Is he going to play?
I don't know. If Riley Leonard,
they elevated somebody from their practice squad, right? Like Scott Tolzien or somebody of that ilk.
Ooh.
Some just limp dick journeyman like practice squad backup guy. And it's always like career camp arm. Let me look it up.
That's a cool band name.
Career camp arm.
Career camp arm. Brett Rippon.
Yeah, Brett Rippon. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Coach's son, or a player's son, player's nephew, rather.
I think his uncle too is like a really gross like Republican.
His uncle's Canadian, I think.
Yeah, some of those guys are like the worst conservatives in North America.
Mark Rippon is Canadian. Yeah, it's kind of going to be a little bit of a slap in the face to Brett Rippon that they were like, hey, we love what you've done and everything, but we're going to go call this guy that hasn't taken a snap in the NFL in 5 years and is old. Sorry. That'd be kind of... He was the backup for the Broncos for a while, and the main thing, he didn't get a ton of playing time with Denver, but my main takeaway from his time in with the Broncos is that he he's kind of like the coach's. He's kind of like a quarterback's coach that's like on the sideline. Like he's like a film whiz, and like he really he like understands the game a lot, but he just doesn't have the physical attributes. And he wears number 4, which is a little
It's a little,
weird.
if you know what I'm saying.
Don't
It's a
love that.
little,
It's a little.
it's a little Nathan Lane, if you know what I mean. Gay. It's not. It's fine. And honestly,
Nathan
being
Lane.
gay is cool now.
That's funny that that's the first gay guy you thought of, Nathan Lane.
It's always the first gay guy I think of because I love him.
Because you love
Because
character.
I do, yes. And honestly, like, I have a lot more in common with like a gay theater kid than I do like a dumb bro, like, sales bro, career sales bro football guy anyway. I think that like God was like hungover when he was putting my parts together and was supposed to be gay. I've had this conversation before. Um, I think like maybe I was supposed to be gay, but I'm just not. But I like fashion and I like shoes, I appreciate theater and like character actors and like I don't know.
You watched Real
It's just
Housewives?
what I'm doing right now is just living. I have watched Real Housewives. It pisses me off because I don't. Rich people make me mad, and like materialistic people don't set well with me, and so they're just like the grossest people in the world.
Mary loves that stuff.
Yep,
Real
my
Housewives
wife
is on
does too.
that's on at our house constantly, and it can get sometimes sometimes it's really funny, and I appreciate a lot of it, and I've had a lot of fun watching some of it. But sometimes I'm like, it's like her wine. I'm sure it's the same with your wife. Is that it's just her like wind down show. She just puts it on to just kind of relax. But then
Yeah, it was
it's
big
just like
postpartum.
it's just like 10 minutes of just screeching Valkyries, just screaming, like yelling at each other about something completely inane and stupid. And I'm like, this is how could you relax watching this? Like, I need to. Sometimes I wish you would.
I don't know, it
Watch
makes me grind my teeth.
that was less loud. Yeah.
I had to stop watching it with my wife because I would always come in and like make these comments about it and like start talking shit about the people. And like she was like at one time she was like it really like kind of like I can't enjoy the show when you do that. Although I do agree with what you're saying, and I was like okay, like I hear you, I see you. I don't want to take away from your enjoyment of something. I'm sorry that I was being so selfish and like talking over your show. I won't do that ever again.
The editing on those shows is is in a class of its own. Like it's a travesty that they've never been nominated for an Emmy for editing. It's really masterful if you're
Um,
if you're a technical head. But we'll put a bow on the Philip Rivers conversation.
what number is he going to wear? Because 17 is taken.
I think he said he's gonna. I think whoever has 17 now, he said he is gonna let Philip wear 17. I think
It's Daniel Jones.
Yeah, he talked to him. He said that in his press conference that he was like, I really appreciate Daniel letting me wear number 17.
He's going to wear 17, yeah.
I don't know how they can do that when they're on this. Usually when stuff like that happens, it's when the other guy's not on the team anymore and the new guy comes in and they are like, can he do this? But
I think it's because he's on Daniel Jones is on injured reserve, so he's not going to be on the roster anymore.
okay.
That's what Google AI says, and Google AI is always wrong and like
That's never
stupid. So that's what we're going off of.
I think that probably counts though. If he's not on the active roster, you could have a different. But you can't like I don't know. But yeah, I do believe he's going to wear 17. He's going to look weird without something besides 17.
Can I ask you a question about the Colts? Like, what do they do? Because they're in this really awkward position now. It's like they're going to have to pay Daniel Jones, right? Like, what does he get? Like a 2-year? He probably gets like a two. They could franchise him. They could give him like a 2-year, $90 million contract that with like a clear out after their first season. That's very front loaded. I don't know, like, because the market's going to reset probably again with this CJ Stroud has to get a deal. Like there are quarterbacks coming up that need deals. It'll be interesting.
I think they probably franchise him. Or
that would be the smart move.
Give him another 1-year deal.
He deserves another chance. He was playing very well.
Yeah.
I feel so fucking bad for him. I was so happy for this. This was like This was like what I was turning to when the Eagles started to fall apart, and now I have nothing, Anthony. Um, except like the Broncos will be fun, but I really don't like your guys' coach because he's such a smarmy little fucking prick.
Yeah, he's kind of a cunt, but he's my cunt, so I gotta root for him.
Yeah, I understand that feeling. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. It'll be interesting to see they could honestly fucking use a quarterback now, and they don't have a first round pick for 2 years. Like, it's did not pay off for them, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. The Colts, the Colts are going to be one of the teams in the offseason I'll have a heavy eye on.
I want to predict like next year, it's going to be a disaster for the Colts. They're going to be like a 5-win team.
Oh my god.
It's going to fall apart because like Jonathan Taylor's not going to repeat the success. Like, there's going to be offensive line regression. The defense is playing really well. They added like a true like X factor on the back end with Sauce. Um, but he's inconsistent. Um,
I mean, they've
I think
been
that's
cheating. They've been avoiding doing a rebuild since Andrew Luck left. So maybe that's for the best, and they just blow it up and get rid of everything because they were forced to do a rebuild when Manning left. Then they got where it was like a 1-win team that year. Then they got Andrew Luck, and then he retired out of nowhere and kind of left him hanging, and they've been kind of like scrambling since then to like pivot. They're constantly just pivoting and signing these veterans and stuff like that. So maybe that's not the worst thing in the world that if they have a bad season next year, then have to start from scratch and build from the ground up.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I just think like they're going to be fucking awful next year, but also maybe this puts them with all the quarterback uncertainty. Maybe this puts them in the market for a Kyler Murray.
Oh God.
Because Kyler's done in Arizona. He's not going to be a Cardinal next year. I think he's put enough out there to like he's a first overall pick, right? Those guys are going to get a million fucking chances.
Yeah.
And he's put enough together to like in a good situation, like with a good O line, he plays really well. Colts have a good O line. He's going to end up in a place like Minnesota, Pittsburgh, the New York Jets. But are the Colts on the table now? It's like they need a QB. So that's going to be very exciting to watch. This is going to be a really fun offseason, I think. And also, Anthony, since I'm an NFL guy now, I think we got to keep forced takeaways going. But just after the football season, we slowly pivot to NHL and NBA and just talk about that a lot.
Oh yeah, I would love that.
Fuck yeah. Okay, cool.
There was a big controversy. We could do a little preview of that. There was a big controversy in the Avs game the other night. They went to a shootout with the Predators, who are the worst team in the division. And Predators player I think the shootouts are gimmicky. I think they're lame and stupid, and
I love them.
Even and part of that is because the Avs are so bad in the shootout. I literally think they don't practice shootouts. They're such a good team. They only have 2
they're the best team in the
losses.
NHL right now, right?
They're the best team in the NHL, and they suck dick at shootouts and power play. Like it's like that meme of the dog who wants to play fetch, and it's like no take ball, only throw. It's like the Avs they only want to play 5-on-5. I hate everything else. Fuck everything else. But I mean, their penalty kills go. But anyway, during the shootout, a Predators player slammed really hard into the goalie, and he fell backwards and hit his head pretty hard. And it was so bad that the Nashville player was waving to the medical guys immediately, which is you don't see hockey players do that very much. So that kind of scared the shit out of me. But then he got up. Avs goaltender Scott Wedgwood got up and was like, "I'm fine." And it was kind of okay. And then he faced another shooter, and then the concussion spotters took him out of the game. The refs refs convened. They had to go over to the Avs bench and told the coach, hey, we got to take him out. The concussion guys said we got to take him out. But it's he faced another shooter. They let him play for another couple minutes. And then they're like, no, you got to come out. And so then the other goalie, it was his birthday that day, who had been sitting on his ass for 4 hours, not doing anything, had to come in completely cold. But then McKinnon missed the shot, so it didn't matter. And the Predators won. But Yeah, so there's always storylines. I'm definitely going to want to talk NBA too once the Super Bowl's over. But anywho, I want to get your thoughts before we maybe get into the picks. I maybe have one or two things to say about Joe Burrow, but just say your piece on the current Eagles situation. We were
It's a
talking about
fucking
how
nightmare. I watched it.
people
I watched it.
there's rumors that people want Jalen Hurts gone, which I
Yeah,
think is completely outrageous.
that game was a fucking nightmare, and he played like dog shit. It was his worst game since becoming a starter. Second time that's happened this year that he's had his worst game since becoming our starter. I watched the whole fucking thing, and
Wow.
I knew the Chargers were gonna win when it went to overtime, and like when I knew it was going to overtime, I was like, fuck, like we're gonna lose. Like this is unbelievable. And then we were driving, and the second he threw that ball, I knew it was getting picked, man. Like, why didn't we run? Why the fuck didn't we run? And like that wasn't even an RP. That was just a play action, right? That wasn't even a designed RPO. But like guys that are smarter than me have broken down that play in film study, and there was like this wide open lane, like Saquon would have been to the house. Um, but this team is just so inconsistent and so bad, and they have no like offensive philosophy. It's just like they call plays being like, I like this play from this team and this play from that team, and then it doesn't work because they have no core philosophy.
No cohesion.
They're just trying to call plays that they think their players would be good at, and like that's not how this works. Um, just look at the defense, man. Like the defense has a fucking philosophy. They have a core philosophy, and then they get players that they know will work in that philosophy. Look at Zach Bond, was like a special teams, like a special teamer considered kind of like a letdown in New Orleans, and then in his first year as an All Pro, and like
With the Eagles.
comes in second or third place for Defensive Player of the Year. Like has a crucial play in the Super Bowl. It's just like anyway. There is like legitimate chatter that people inside the building don't like Jalen, and they haven't for some time, and that he might be done there. And there is like people that I respect, members of the media, the Philly media, I respect having these conversations. Like, should they move on from Jalen Hurts? Which is like a uniquely Philadelphia conversation to have about your franchise quarterback that just won you a Super Bowl, who also happens to be black, and like it's very like it kind of mirrors a previous era where the quarterback was a divisive, like a very bold, unique personality that did things his own way, but also happened to be black. And he kind of got the same treatment. You know, when it's good, it's great. When it's bad, like, let's run this guy out of town. But there are legitimate conversations about either moving on from him next year, or which is like, it's prohibitive. The salary, like, this, like, you're going to eat like 40% of your cap money if you do that. It's crazy to do. Or benching him. And if you bench him right now for Tanner McKee, like Jalen's done. And that's the end of Jalen in Philadelphia. You can't do that.
Yeah, there's no going back.
There are highs and lows for every quarterback. And like you have to just kind of ride this wave and be patient. But like Philly fans are uniquely stupid and like grubby that they just want to be miserable all the time or like win all the time. And there's no like happy medium. But yeah, there are like legitimate conversations and all these think pieces coming out. Like, should the Eagles move on from Jalen Hurts? And it's like, no, I would definitely make the argument we move on from Sirianni and then like maximize this offensive roster, this offensive core while we have it. Because right now we're wasting an elite defense. Like Monday night was an elite defensive performance. That's their best performance all year. And it was a waste, like 7 sacks and 3 picks. Like we're forcing fumbles. Like Quinyon Mitchell is like statistically the best corner in the league right now. He's a true like shutdown corner. Cooper DeJean is not far behind him. Um, I don't know, man. It's just so bad. It sucks, and I hate that we're wasting like an elite year. Earlier this season, I was talking about the Browns wasting a year of elite defense and like how like everyone involved in that should be fired. And I kind of think maybe that's true with the Eagle situation. And like I don't like Sirianni. I don't like his Like his whole job is essentially like what he doesn't do anything, right? He is the head coach who is an offensive coach, but he doesn't call the plays. So what does he do? He's like the vibes curator, but what vibe is he curating? What vibe has he been curating right now? Um, I would rather move on from him. Um,
Yeah, I think
I don't know. It's a mess. Pitt sucks.
moving on from Jalen Hurts, I feel like would be a colossal mistake. But
A huge
the
fucking
season,
mistake.
the vibes are so wretched in Philadelphia that something has to be done. And I think the first person you're looking at is Patullo. I think that
Yeah,
he's
and
got
like I've been saying
the
that for the last
offense.
10 weeks.
Oh yeah, the Eagles fans are literally at his house with pitchforks, so they have to do something about that. The offense is the problem there. The lack of cohesive identity on offense, and I mean, how plausible it is to move on from Saquon. I feel like Saquon has completely escaped. I feel like like with all the consternation that AJ Brown and now Jalen Hurts is causing, and then everyone's talking about them. It's just, I feel like people are sort of ignoring or not really talking that much about how Saquon has really not been a factor really almost at all this season for them.
Yeah, but that's also like a
He
lot
had
of
a
that
nice game
isn't his
against the
fault.
Chargers though, 122 yards and a touchdown. That's
Yeah,
not bad.
a lot of that isn't his fault because he's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage at a higher rate than he's not. Like it's the O line is not as good as it was last year because guys have been injured and guys have regressed, and we can't run the same plays, right? Like our running philosophy isn't working right now. Like running those pin pull plays and like we're not dominant in outside zone because we're not creating lanes, and like he's getting hit in the backfield. But like when we see him get a lane or we see him, have the opportunity to make a move and then he's gone, he's still doing that. Like he's like physically, it does not seem that he's regressed when you look at certain numbers. Like when you look at his open field speed or his missed tackle rate, it's the fact that he's getting hit 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage at a higher rate than any other back in the league. I think he needs to be involved in the passing game way more and not just in like little like dump offs and screens. Like I think that's true. He hasn't been a factor in that sense.
No receptions on 2 targets against the Chargers.
But yeah, that's because he's the safety valve, and when your quarterback is running for his life, and but it's also like refusing to run for all intents and purposes is refusing to run and throw over the middle. Like it's really hard to beat man coverage when we don't have these designed quarterback runs, and like when you won't throw over the middle because he doesn't like to throw over the middle. So what we need is a coach that can come in and be like, hey man, you're one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and top quarterbacks throw over the middle, and that's what we're going to have you do. I need you to trust me. I need you to believe in me as much as I believe in you. Like we need like an adult there, that doesn't just talk like a fucking like Bruce Lee impersonator all the time. And don't get me wrong, I love Jalen Hurts' mindset. I think it's great. I think he's a really good role model. And the way he manages emotions is very cool and good. And that stoicness is important because you don't want to be so reactive, react on your emotions all the time. But like he refuses to do certain things and they let him get away with it, and that sucks. That shouldn't be the case. So I don't know, man. I want to quit talking about this because I hate it. I don't know if I'm gonna. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna watch um the game this weekend. If it's on during the day, probably not because that's park day with my daughter. I take my daughter to at least 2 parks every Sunday,
Yeah,
and we have fun.
Game.
And we bring little snacks and like have like we have a little mini picnic and like walk around and talk. So I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. But I don't think we win. I think we lose to the Raiders, and I'm being serious. I think we lose. I think it's like a bad game. Like I think the Raiders kick a game-winning field goal or something.
Oh Lord.
Like even and it's like something crazy like a 63-yarder, but they still win. Like I don't think that we beat the Raiders. I don't really trust this team to win another game. I'm sick of them. I just want the season to be over. I'm embarrassed. I feel let down. This sucks shit out of my ass. And I would really just like to move on to the picks and not talk about this anymore.
Go Flyers. That's all.
Go Flyers. Yeah, I did get a fly. I got my Lululemon Flyers hat in the mail, and I love it. It looks so
Ooh,
killer on me, dog.
trendy. Send me a pic, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
Right
you
now.
know I will. Really, right now? I don't want to
Whatever.
do it right now.
Second, but
Yeah,
I do
I'll
want to
send
see
you
it.
one today.
I want it on my desk by the end of the day.
Also, I listened to that Stove God Cooks, that rapper you were telling
Yeah.
me about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on a bunch of songs with West Side Gun and like the Griselda dudes, and he fucking rules.
I gotta listen to
Um,
that. I saw that Pusha T, the Malice guys or whatever, they're Pusha T and the other guy that had that big
yeah,
album this year.
from
They did a song.
Clips.
Clips. They did a song with Tyler the Creator. I gotta listen to that.
Ooh, love that. I like a little Tyler.
Well,
Um,
Tyler, he's so
Griselda's
nice.
where it's at right now. Really liking Benny the Butcher. I listened to him a little in like 2020 when he like dropped a big album and haven't since. I've gotten back into him, but like Conway is good. I think Gunn is probably my favorite and Big Benny. But like holy shit, like everything they put out is so fucking good. Um,
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about West Side Gun. I
yeah,
gotta
and I'm
get
saying
into
things
that.
like dope. I'm like calling like sneakers dope and stuff, and like just being like one of those white guys you don't want to ever be around.
I can't.
Um,
I can't say dope. I can't be. I can't be that guy. You feel free to say it if you want, but there's a lot of Broncos media guys and Nuggets media guys who are always saying dope, dude. That screen that Jokic set was dope. I'll be like,
dope.
man,
Yeah,
you're like 38 years old.
did you see Jokic's pregame fit? It was so drippy. They talk like that, like, oh, Joker with the drip,
They play.
certified drip.
The Nuggets play
Somebody called
tonight.
the plumber because he's got drip.
I'm almost at to the point. I'm not quite to the point you are with the Eagles with the Nuggets, but as far as long as
Oh, are they
Christian
bad?
Brown and they're not bad, but they've lost some games at home against bad teams, and their defense is just watery fucking dog shit right now because they don't have Aaron Gordon or Christian Brown or
Well, that's
their
a
two
yummy
best
visual.
defensive
Thank you,
players
Anthony.
are commission for a while. They're injured until probably January.
What, Jamal Murray
And
and Joker,
no, their two best defensive players,
defensive player. Okay.
Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown, are injured probably past Christmas, and the defensive performances have been just
He's got such a good bod.
so frustrating. I can't stand it.
Aaron
They're
Gordon's a
playing the.
sexy man.
Oh, he's very good looking, I think.
Yeah.
And he's like he's like Jalen Hurts, where he's like, I'll just do whatever you want to win. Like I don't care. Like he was the guy in Orlando. He was like the number one option in Orlando. Then he got traded to Denver, and they're like, all right, dude, you're gonna be probably the number 3 after Jokic and Murray. And he was like, okay, great.
That's fine.
He completely transformed his game, got a jumper. It went from being just like Mr. Dunk guy to being like a defensive like mastermind. Like he's awesome. I love Aaron Gordon. Definitely my next jersey purchase will be an Aaron Gordon.
Fuck yeah, dude. If he gets fat, you can start calling him Aaron Gordo, and that would be kind of funny.
Aaron Gordo. And he famously walked the streets after they won the title. He walked the streets of Denver without a shirt on, smoking a huge cigar, like with the fans, like in the streets. It was so.
Yeah,
funny.
he's a hot guy. He can do that. Like if I had his abs, holy shit, I'd do the same freaking thing, buddy. Not in Denver though. I don't live there.
Wow, West Side Gun's from Buffalo. That's cool.
Yeah, they all are. All the Griselda guys are. They're big Bills fans.
Let's go, Bills Mafia. All right, before we get into the picks, I just want to quickly talk about. I also watched Joe Burrow's press conference before we started recording, and he seemed pretty sad. Like he was the quote that everyone is sort of zeroing in on is they're talking about like how do you get through a tough season like this. He kind of said something along the lines of like, well, I just try to you play your best football when you're having fun, and I just try to have fun playing the game. But like the way it was kind of like morbidly funny. Like the way he said it seemed like he is not having fun like whatsoever. He's literally like he's like just deadpan like I just try to go out there and have fun. Like it was kind of sad, honestly. The most animated he got was when someone asked him about Pokemon. Pokemon came up somehow because it was his birthday was today or yesterday or whatever the press conference was, and I think off the topic of his birthday, they got to Pokemon. They're like, who's your favorite Pokemon? What's your favorite game?" And he like he like leaned forward in his chair and started using like hand gestures and like smiling and getting excited about it. So yeah, it's pretty bad. The Bengals are having a nightmare season as well, and now there's rumors
A
about
lot of
him
nightmare season.
leaving.
Yeah, it's tough. Oh,
I
yeah, the Bengals finally broke Joe Burrow. Yeah, that's like
yeah
in
that
our I Googled him, and that's the first thing that came up is in reference to your, press conference that you watched.
yeah he's always been kind of like reserved he's never been like a over he's not like fucking Jameis Winston or anything where he's like always being goofy and screwing around, but it was
I've seen
notably
little, like
it was
he's had
notable
some
how kind of
candor
sad he
and,
was.
yeah, he's been fun and, like, showed personality and, like, in, like, kind of, like, his, like, monotonous way. His, like, he's very dry and wry. Yeah, that sucks. They're
Yeah,
wasting his talent.
they even asked him
Um,
like you seem kind of sad right now. Is everything okay? And he said there's a lot of things going on right now. And they were like personal life, professional, and he said all the above. So kind
Maybe
of
his mom is
I
sick
like
or something, I don't know.
I like Joe Burrow. I rooted for him at LSU. I'm rooting for him as a Bengal. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. I know you've made some unfavorable comparisons to Carson Wentz
Oh,
or
that was a
Carson
nice slip.
Palmer.
Um, unfair. If you think it's unfair, we can talk about that.
Yeah, I meant to
Um,
say unfavorable, not unfair.
okay, okay,
It's
okay.
not an unfair comparison because I was like, damn, he's you had some points, but I know he's not your favorite, but I like him and I don't like seeing my Shayla being upset.
I would like to see him succeed and like see him be happy. I think like that would be dope. Um, but like, yeah, I think he's got to get out of Cincy, man. They're not going to protect him. They don't
Oof,
care.
that
They
is
just want to sell number 9 jerseys and that's it.
sucks.
Yeah, they make a lot of money just like owning an NFL team, right? Like, and that's all they're concerned about. And there's a handful of owners like that, and it's terrible. But also, like, he needs to play a full season too.
Maybe there will
And
be some good. I don't know
it's not
I
his
don't know what the
fault.
contract situation is with him, but
Um, but it's like, like it just sucks. Like it's not his fault that he keeps getting hurt. Um, but a pattern has formed, and he's not able to stay healthy. Um, and that's like kind of on my ick list when it comes to QBs. Like I want
wow,
a guy that can take a hit like a man,
I did
and like
not know.
maybe if he quit wearing dresses and going to fashion shows. He's like never worn a dress. That's just like a really dumb, like ironically, toxically masculine thing I say. Um, I share pants with my wife. I wear women's pants all the time, so it's like I say that ironically.
His
Um,
Joe Burrow's dad won the Grey Cup, the CFL Super Bowl with the Montreal Alouettes in 1977. I did not know that.
yeah, and like he's letting his family lineage down by not being able to win. You know that Tiffany silver that has Vince Lombardi's name inscribed on it. It's a shame. It sucks. It sucks seeing a guy let his father down in real time. I've been there, done that, but I turned my shit around, Joe. You want to get
All
to the
right.
picks?
Yeah, let's hit those pickies. Tonight
Oh,
is
dog shit game tonight.
Thursday night
Um,
football only on Amazon Prime with the
God,
one of the worst broadcasts in the NFL.
dude, the
Kind of
worst pregame guys too. Like all those
I,
guys are such like slapdicks.
I don't honestly. My problem with the pregame is there's too many of them. It needs to just be Richard Sherman and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Those are the only two guys I care about on there. Tony Gonzalez adding nothing to it, and
Yeah,
Whitworth don't like looking at him.
yeah. There's something about Whitworth. I don't like how he's like the godfather of the NFL. Right? He's like you always see him like on the field pregame talking to everyone. Like he wants to be Jason Kelsey so bad.
I also don't like the hoodie with the suit jacket thing. That's
No,
like
it's dumb, and I don't like
that's
it. Ryan
probably the
Fitzpatrick
most
wearing like the goofy shirts.
probably
Like
that's
what
probably
are
the most Republican thing about me is that it's like when you're on TV, put on a fucking suit, dress
yeah,
nice. Okay,
yeah,
maybe not a suit, but like nice.
Yeah, don't do the dumb hoodie thing. You look like an idiot. You look like a
You look
cartoon character.
like you look like a they've all become too LA-ified. Like they all have like
Yeah,
veneers and like Botox and filler. It's fucked up. But
yeah. And I hate I hate how Fitzpatrick dresses. It's always like a really loud shirt or Hawaiian shirt, and it's like you look like a dork.
I don't mind that. That's fine for me. And then Richard Sherman always has really good insight. I think Fitzpatrick and Sherman always have good
Yeah, Richard
insight into the
Sherman's good
game.
at it. He's an
And that's
asshole.
kind of all I care about from a pregame standpoint. Gonzalez and Whitworth add almost nothing. But anyway, Falcons at Buccaneers. This is
Terrible
kind of
game.
a must-win game for the Buccaneers. I would watch
Where
this
is it?
if I didn't have to go to work tonight. It's in Tampa Bay.
Okay.
It's at the Big Bell Bottom. Oh, wait, the Big Bell Bottom is the Levi's Stadium. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, I think they're Raymond James Stadium.
So this would be a game that the Baker and the Buccaneers have been kind of struggling lately. I know
Floundering, dude.
firsthand experience. As I've mentioned many times on the program, I have Baker Mayfield in all three of my fantasy leagues, so I'm very attuned to his struggles. And because of that, I would normally want to pick the team that's playing against them, but tonight they're playing a team that really seems like they can't do anything right, like at all. So I am going to pick the Buccaneers in this one, and Mike Evans is returning tonight, I think, as well, which is huge for them. I'm going Buccaneers. I think it's gonna be a close, ugly game. I don't understand why the Falcons have Bijan Robinson is quietly having like an incredible season. Like he's like near the top or on top of like all the lists of like touches, rush attempts, rushing yards, but it doesn't matter because everything else. Raheem Morris got to go. Sorry, buddy. He's one of the most surefire bets to lose their job. So yeah, I'm going Buccos on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bucks as well.
Now we move on to the Sunday games. This is a AFC North matchup. Kind of a crucial game for both teams. This is Ravens at Bengals. I mean, the Bengals' playoff chances are still technically like mathematically alive. I think they're spiritually dead though. But the Ravens very much have a lot to play for. They have not looked very good, I don't think, the past few weeks. They lost last week to the Steelers in a game that we both thought they would win. I'm taking the Bengals in this one, honestly.
I'm gonna go Bengals too.
This is in the jungle.
Joe Burrow needs to smile. It's his birthday weekend.
You're going Bengies?
Yeah, why not? I want to see Joe Burrow smile.
I want to see Jim Harbaugh get fired. John Harbaugh, rather. Now this is the game. We don't have to spend very much time talking about this at all if you don't want to. Raiders at Eagles. I'm guessing you're picking the Raiders.
The Raiders are going to win this game.
I'm going to keep the faith and pick the Eagles. I might get burned for that one. I think it's a winnable game for them, but Max Crosby could take over. Bills at Patriots. I think this is literally for the AFC East title.
Yeah, sorry, I cut you off.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
That's all I was gonna say. Is
No, you go ahead.
For the AFC,
okay.
I think it's for the AFC.
I'll go. Anthony,
title.
please quit talking over me. I'm gonna go. I think Drake May is gonna win MVP.
Oh God, I would hate that. But he's
playing so well right now, and like the Patriots are like probably like the Super Bowl favorite in the AFC that no one's talking about. Everyone's so obsessed with the Chiefs falling apart and like other teams falling apart. That the Patriots legitimately look good, like very good on both sides of the ball. Drake May's going to win MVP. I'm picking the Pats. I cannot pick Matt Stafford to win MVP. I will not do that. I fucking hate him. I hate the fucking Rams.
I've been watching the Ken Burns American Revolutionary documentary. It's very good. Highly recommend.
Okay.
So the word Patriots has really got to have a renewed meaning to me, and I don't think the New England Patriots don't really think they uphold the values of the true American Revolutionary Patriots. But It doesn't matter. I'm picking the Bills in this game. I think the Bills take care of
The
business.
Bills.
The defense, Bills defense has been playing pretty well recently. They're kind of a bend don't break defense. They made some really good plays against the Bengals in the snow last week. That was an awesome game. So hope they can put a stop to this fucking Drake May bullshit. Please, God. Jets at Jaguars.
Jesus
The J
Christ,
Bowl.
Jags. Terrible, ugly game. I just
Sorry,
can't wait for the
that's
playoffs. So like, I just want the season to be over. If the Eagles do lose to the Raiders, I'm gonna be done watching football. I'll like watch Sports Center to see who won, and then just act like I'm watching. But I'm not gonna watch anymore if the Eagles lose this weekend. But yeah, I think the Jaguars win. It's
Jaguars should
between
easily win that.
the Texans and the Jags in the AFC South now, which sucks because it's going to be the Texans, and then the Texans are going to play at 1 p.m. on Saturday, and like everything in the world will be right again. When we thought there was so much fucking parity in the NFL, everything stays the same.
Yeah, but people are talking about the Texans as a Super Bowl contender a lot.
I think their defense is very good, but I don't think it's like I don't think the Texans as a team are good enough to like win the Super Bowl this year.
No, I think the offense has a lot of work to do before I consider them a serious Super Bowl. I think they could make the Super Bowl, but I think they could go on a run just because of how good the defense is. But the offenses look so bad sometimes. I can't. And it's I know Texans fans and Broncos fans have been exchanging barbs online recently, and I know the Denver offense has had its issues too. But I mean,
I picked the Broncos over the Texans to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, thank you.
Also, like, it's so nice to have an elite defense and then an offense that can score 20 points so you win a game. Like, we can't even do that right now. It's fucking pathetic. Highest paid offense in the league.
Commanders at Giants. This is another just who gives a shit bowl. I don't even know who's going to be starting for the Commanders in this game. This might be the most bullshit game of the whole season, or at least in the past few weeks. I don't even care. I almost don't even want to pick a team in this game. That's how little I care about this. I guess I'll pick the Giants just to be funny.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the Commanders to be funny. Who gives a shit bowl?
Ugh, disgusting. Browns at Bears. I'll be seated for this one. We're gonna go out to a bar and watch this one. I think the Bears should win. They might have a little bit of trouble with Myles Garrett.
Yeah, they will. It's interesting to see how Shedeur plays too, because he really did have a very good game last week, even though they lost. Panthers are also sneaky good. They could win the NFC. Like no one's talking about it. But yeah, we're talking about this game right now.
Panthers are next. I'm gonna go Bears. I think as good as Shedeur played, it was the asinine coaching decisions made by Kevin Stefanski. Can we talk about that for a second? I know we didn't bring this up, did we? Is the Browns game last week? They had a chance to tie the game with a 2-point conversion at the end of the game. Stefanski decided to do a wildcat at the 2, for the 2-point conversion. Direct snap to Quinshon Judkins, who was supposed to like reverse toss it to somebody. And people, you got the Shedeur army people being like, Stefanski's trying to sabotage him. He took Shedeur off the field because he doesn't want him to win. I don't think that's true. I think this guy just is addicted to wildcat plays for some reason.
He outsmarted himself.
Then you got the other side of people being like, well, Judkins missed the toss. If he would have made the toss, it would have been it would have worked. And it's like, okay, well, you shouldn't be relying on your rookie running back to make a wildcat play. I don't care if he played quarterback in high school or whatever the fuck it is. Shedeur got you to this point. He's having an incredible game.
Keep the ball. They ride the hot hand. Like yes.
They did another 2-point conversion earlier in the game.
Fired.
I think he's quiet quitting, honestly.
Pathetic.
You got who do you want in Bears Browns?
Bears.
Bears, yeah. We pick the Bears almost every week, and it's gotten pretty good. Panthers at Saints.
Ooh, Panthers. Although like that Chuck kid is like looking like maybe he might be able to like be a starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't
I
look complete ass at times.
feel like the Saints
They
are what
might be
we
onto
thought.
something.
They're what we thought the Cardinals were going to be, which is like pretty bad, but still like somewhat promising in some areas. And yeah, I think Shuck.
Yeah.
I see some Saints fans post of like the all 22 isolated some of his nicer throws, and he
Yeah.
makes some
He
pretty
can
baller
swing it, dude.
throws.
Yeah.
He
Um,
might be a guy.
I think so. As long as it's not Spencer Rattler, I'm happy.
That being said, I am picking the Panthers.
Yeah, go Panthers.
Keep pounding. Lions at Rams, the Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff face off.
Where is it?
It's in LA, so it'll be 70% Lions fans.
I'm gonna pick the Lions. I think the Rams are gonna win, but I'm gonna pick the Lions because like those are two teams I dislike. I fucking hate the Rams. I'm highly annoyed by the Lions. Um, but like I don't know. I will never pick the Rams. I hate them. I hate Matt Stafford. I hate his dumb fucking big teeth. I hate his psychotic wife, the psycho Republican wife. Um, I hate that he's friends with Clayton Kershaw. Um, fuck him. Fuck the
Um,
Rams.
when I watched the Lions played on Thursday night last week, they beat the Cowboys 44-30. At the end of that game, I was kind of sitting there thinking like maybe we should be taking the Lions a little more seriously. Like I know like they've had a couple crucial losses this season, but like and they lost Ben Johnson, so people think maybe Dan Campbell had to step in to play calling duties and put on the grandma glasses. But yeah, I think the Lions are kind of a force to be reckoned with. I am going to pick the Rams in this game, though. I'm sorry, but I could definitely see a world where the Lions win this game. And people start talking, and then if the Lions can beat the Rams in this game, then they will start being talked about. Like, okay, they are actually a force to be reckoned with in the NFC. I feel like they kind of get ignored or have been sort of overlooked this season, but it's not like they're like horrible or something. They're 8-5, like they're right there. But yeah, I think the Rams will win this one. Sorry, I kind of like the Rams. It's okay that you don't though. You have a good reason to not like them. Colts at Seahawks. We might see Old Man Rivers in this one.
Yeah.
Um,
Seahawks.
yeah, yeah, same. Go
I don't think we
Seahawks.
actually see Philip Rivers play like probably this year. It just doesn't make sense to me. I think it's just like a marketing thing. It's like they're just trying to buy more goodwill. Because they've really racked up the goodwill this year, and they just want to keep that. They're addicted to goodwill. Um,
Gotta have my goodwill.
oh yeah, he's a grandfather.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seahawks as well. I think the Colts. I think if you really asked them and they're like if you gave them truth serum, they'd be like, yeah, we don't want to have to play Philip Rivers. We don't want to have to put a
Yeah,
44-year-old
that's so embarrassing. Like,
guy in
yeah,
there. We would much rather have Riley Leonard show some pop and but
if he
the thing
plays, is he gonna? Could he play?
I think he could probably has a chance to play. But
Okay.
if he gets outplayed like in the week leading up to practice and he like loses the week long quarterback battle to Philip Rivers, then then you've got problems. I mean, he's a sixth rounder, so it's not like you had your whole future pinned on him, but
Right. Yeah, but he made the roster. Like,
and the Colts put themselves. I mean, this is what happens when you make a win now move, and stuff goes bad. You can't just be like, fuck it, we'll try him again next year, and just let's just start Riley Leonard for these 4 games and see what happens. But now you are in a position to where you're like, no, we gotta win these fucking games.
we have to get into the playoffs.
It's kind
And
of
then
scary for them.
maybe the guy that we benched at the beginning of the year, he broke his face on in a freak accident.
Oh yeah, Anthony
Um,
Richardson. He hurt himself in pregame with an elastic band.
yeah, he broke his orbital bone, like which
Oh
is a
my,
horrific injury, and like
that
we haven't heard
is.
anything about it since. Like we don't know when he's coming back. Maybe there's something today that I haven't seen. Um, Anthony Richardson, back from injury. Let's see here. Um, Okay. Colts break silence. And I'm not going to click on this Times of India article, not because I dislike Indians. I just don't think that's like,
They
you know.
stay reporting on NFL. They like shout out to
Yeah,
Mahima Roy.
yeah, and
Mahima
like
Roy.
it's the weird celebrity news. Like they're always talking about Justin Bieber's like post on Instagram. Anthony Richardson. Um, he's not going to be activated from the injured reserve to help out. He's still working through an orbital bone fracture. Okay, so that's like not really an update. Thanks,
Thank you, Times of
thanks,
India.
guys. Fucking assholes. No, that wasn't the Times of India. I will click on India. Yeah, there's two things I like in this world. I like TOI and JOI, and not necessarily in that order. JOI is a jerk off instruction.
Oh, I thought it was Jimes of India or Jokes of India.
Jokes of India, yeah. It's like the fuck, what is that awful? I see. I it's not even going to be worth the riff anymore. What is that
Well,
like really shitty conservative? The Stanford B or whatever, like the conservative
the
onion.
Babylon Bee.
Babylon B, yeah, it's the Babylon B of India.
Gross.
But yeah, if I would have had that riff smooth, it would have been funny. Maybe.
Maybe I can edit that and make it sound like a normal riff.
Please don't spend your time on that.
Next is
Well,
Packers at Broncos. And I went back and looked. Yeah, I'm picking the Broncos too.
Although the Packers have been playing dynamite lately. That's going to be a good. Is that an afternoon game? Is that the evening game? Please tell me that's the evening game.
No, it's 3:25. Sorry.
Fuck. Okay, so I'll have to be back from the park by then. But we usually go late afternoon. Fuck. That's a good game, man. That's going to be fun. Where is it? Lambeau or Denver?
It's at Mile High, where the Packers have never won in regulation.
Is it going to be snowing?
I'm not sure.
Oh my god! I love watching a snow game. I love it. Do you know my wife has never seen like active snow? Like she's never seen it actively. She's seen like snow on the ground, like up in like either in Denver or like northern Arizona, but she's never been in like a snowstorm before.
That's awesome. That's crazy. Yeah,
I think it's sad. It saddens me forever.
My fourth grade teacher was from St. Thomas. She was white, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but she was from the Caribbean, and she had never
Nazi
seen
parents, Nazi grandparents.
Yeah. Her last name was Himmler, Miss Himmler. No. Her last name was Irish. I won't say it on air in respect to her privacy. But yeah, she was.
Was she like a good-looking young lady when you were a kid?
She was fresh. She was fresh out of teacher college. She was probably like 26 or something, and she was our teacher.
Yeah, so she was smoking.
She was pretty.
Nice.
She was cute. She was kind of mean. She was kind of rude to us.
Ooh, that's kind of cute.
I remember one time I told her that she made me. I was like, "You make me feel stupid when you talk to me like that," and then she started crying.
Oh.
So I kind of got back at her, kind of clapped back. But
I had a fourth grade teacher. Listen to this, Miss Corcoran, and I can say her name because she's dead now. Miss Corcoran, I was like rolling up my pants to have like to tie my shoe or something or to do something, and she like said, "Ooh, sexy legs."
Whoa!
And I was like a little boy, and she like caught herself clearly, and she was like, "Oh fuck!" And I never told anyone because like she clearly didn't mean to say that, but it made me very uncomfortable. But she's dead now, so I can tell people.
Was she hot?
No.
Or she was like,
she's a Broncos fan though.
Oh, cool.
And we used to do these things. Like one time, I helped organize like a teacher appreciation party, like a surprise party around Christmas for her, and it was just like a way to like get us out of work because we knew, and me and my friends knew it worked, so we like, kind of manipulated her as like 10-year-olds, and it did work. And like we went and I got her like this. She loved jelly beans, and I found this like oversized, like it looked like a big plastic soda bottle, but it was a Denver Broncos one, and we filled it with jelly beans. Because she loved the Broncos. And now she's fucking dead.
Okay, I just looked up the Denver. The Denver weather report is not going to be snowing. It's going to be 55 degrees on Sunday.
Oh, gross.
That's crazy. But
Yeah,
I
dude,
also
that's not dope.
I looked up the Packers and Broncos history, and the Packers have never won a game in Denver in regulation time.
Okay.
They won a game in overtime in like the 90s with Brett Favre. They've never won in
So has
regulation
Tim
at
Tebow won
Mile
more
High.
games at Mile High than the Packers?
Well, yeah, but
Probably.
that's kind of not fair.
That's a fun stat if you don't show like the records.
That is a fun stat. Just the Packers as a franchise are like they're
Or
like
worse than Tim Tebow.
7-1 at Mile High. Tim Tebow's like probably like 7-5 or something. Let me look that up real quick.
Were you a Tebow believer?
No, dude, I was a one of the last. I was like a Kyle Orton guy. I like bought a Kyle Orton jersey
Fuck yeah, dude. I love Kyle Orton.
When Tebow Mania was happening, all the Kyle Orton jerseys were on sale, so I bought one because I was like, no, we got to stick with Kyle Orton.
Do you still wear it from time to time?
Oh, I still wear it all the time,
I would.
especially here in Chicago. The Bears fans love it.
Yeah, he was just like a drunken mess.
And he's a union man. He was pro union as well. His
That's
dad
sick.
was like an
Fuck
electrician union or something like that, and because
yeah.
he's
Okay,
from
well that's
Iowa.
like, you know what they say about electricians.
What? They have big dicks?
Oh, it just they're always like getting ragged on the job site. It's like, oh, a bunch of guys standing around. What are you, an electrician?
Love the job
People
site
just like,
politics.
yeah, it's like it's not considered a tough or hard job.
Aren't painters considered kind of like total fuck ups too?
Oh yeah, drywallers and painters are just like big R words, as you know, my union brothers would say.
Brothers and sisters. Okay, well, we're both going Broncos here. I think this will be a really good game. I would like to see the Broncos O line against the Packers pass rush. This would be a great matchup, a great position matchup. And Bo Nix versus Jordan Love. Never seen that before. Probably never will again, or at least not for another like 4 years. Next is the last afternoon game is Titans at 49ers. Good Lord. I wonder what the spread is on this one. It's probably like 15 points. The Titans did beat the Browns last
yeah.
week, so wasn't necessarily. It was mostly because they have Cam Ward had a bad game. They did have some good. They have Loki kind of have almost good special teams on the Titans. Like they have good returners. That's kind of what led them to. They had a huge return on the first. I'm like so locked into the Browns. Like I listen to Browns podcasts. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like obsessed. It's just like a drama.
You're obsessed with like mediocrity.
Yeah, like, it's something about like teams going through crisis. I just love seeing what
can't get enough of that shit.
I just can't get enough of it.
I think I'm gonna pick the Titans. I'm gonna say fuck it.
For real?
Yeah, this is Jacob's crazy pick of the week. Because the Niners have a bad defense. Like a really bad defense, and it's full of injuries. And like, I'm gonna say that Cam Ward exploit. Actually, no, there's no way. Like that's. I'm gonna pick the Niners. I couldn't even like believe what I was saying enough to like commit to it. Niners. But I hope Cam Ward has a good game against their bad and ailed defense.
Yeah, I'm going Niners too. Maybe I should. Speaking of teams with crisis, maybe I should start checking out some Titans stuff. Sunday night game is Vikings at Cowboys.
This could be a fun game because like the Cowboys defense and like the Vikings defense versus the Cowboys offense, and then maybe that little guy. Is it in Minnesota or at the Cowboys?
It's in Jerry World.
Fuck. I hate watching games in Dallas. Although it is like, so a lot of these, like, you know, every stadium's going to be a dome in 20 years, which sucks. But like, so Jerry World is a pretty decent TV product, just the way it's built and the lighting and everything. SoFi is it's like the worst TV product, just the way the field looks on TV. The Allegiant Stadium is really fucking bad too. The Vegas one, it just looks ugly. I love the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, just because like it's so dark in there, but the field is so well lit. It looks interesting. Falcons have a decent like TV product, indoor stadium. Vikings do too, especially when it's daytime and you see like the sunlight on the field.
Yeah, Vikings Stadium
Sorry,
looks cool.
that was a weird like ADHD moment for me. I'm gonna pick the Vikings because I need them to win.
Oh,
That's
I'm
my crazy pick of the week. I can actually like maybe see that happening, perhaps.
I can see it happening. I'm picking the Cowboys though, just because I trust their offense more than I trust the Vikings offense. But I could see the Vikings winning. I mean, they shut out the Commanders last week, and the Commanders are worse than the Cowboys. But like
But they did what they were
showed life.
supposed to do.
They showed signs of life. They like if they would have
Yeah.
lost the Commanders, I would have been like, all right, it's pack it in, like you're dead, it's over. But they gave people a chance to believe. Not me though, not me. And finally, the Monday night game.
Is it dog shit?
Um, I don't know. Dolphins at Steelers. There's narratives.
Yeah.
That might not be the best game to watch, but this could be the
The
death
Dolphins
knell
are still
for.
technically in um playoff contention, right?
Oh, I mean, technically, I don't think they are in like a serious way. I mean, I'm sure they do. They are in that locker room are like, hey man, we just get us in the tournament, see what happens. But I don't see that happening. They are actually they have a 1%, less than 1% chance at the playoffs. They're 6-7, 6-7. So if they win, yeah, I don't know. They would need a lot of other stuff to happen. They would need they're in the AFC East, which has the Bills and Patriots.
And the
So
Steelers have to win, right?
that's done. Steelers, not necessarily. They're the 4 seed right now somehow, leading the AFC North.
Yeah, but is it one of those things where if they lose, they're out?
I don't think so. It says on the NFL.com, it says if they lose, their playoff probability goes to 54%, which is pretty low, but that's not like horrible. But if the Steelers lose and the Ravens win, then yeah, then there would be problems probably. But the Ravens are out of the Ravens are on the bubble too. Ravens are out of it.
So is it in Miami or in Pittsburgh again?
This game is in Pittsburgh.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted them to lose last week, but like Aaron Rodgers did just enough to like he looks pretty decent. Like their defense played well. Their defense played really fucking good. Their defense literally won them the game on the last play. That was really impressive. Um, so yeah, let's go Steelers.
I'm gonna go with Steelers too. And even though I have my little rule I made that I broke the rule last week, right? Didn't I picked the Dolphins last week, didn't I? Yeah, but they were playing the Jets. They won. But it actually is a little bit tempting to pick the Dolphins in this one just because of how down bad the Steelers are. But Steelers did win last week, and I don't know, the Steelers just kind of have a knack for when it comes down to this end of the season like this, and they need to win to get to ensure that they lose on Wild Card Weekend. They just kind of get it done. Although that defense is pretty up. I think the defense is underperforming. Even though they had a nice performance last week, I think they're have some issues. TJ Watt, I think there's injury news about him today. I think he's not going to play.
Yeah, well, I who gives a shit?
He's in the hospital for a lung discomfort.
Oh,
Lung
my
issue.
lungs not comfortable.
That could be
Okay, sorry. I thought tough guys played football. I guess I was wrong. Idiot.
Well, that'll do it for this week. Oh, you want to hear your winning percentage through week 14?
Yeah, I think I did pretty bad last week, actually.
We both did pretty bad. Dropped our percentages. You're 100 wins and 57 losses for a 63.7 win percentage. I'm 115 and 56 for a 67.3 win percentage. So kind of a rough week for both of us last week. We both picked the Eagles. We both picked the Bears. We both picked the Ravens. We both picked the Buccaneers. We both picked the Commanders. We both picked the Browns. They all lost. And you picked the Bengals to beat the Bills. But that should about
And they
do
almost
it.
did.
They almost did. They almost did.
They kind of almost did.
Well, yeah, at a certain at a certain point in like the third quarter, it was kind of like, the Bills are in serious trouble here. And it looked like the Bengals were gonna squeak out a win, but
But they didn't because they're fucking losers.
2 interceptions on 2 consecutive plays.
Yep, that's not good.
That was
He threw an interception to a defensive lineman.
That was a great game.
Alrighty. Well,
I was getting fired up for that one, but yeah, I'll let you go. That's it for this week. Folks.
Can I say something real quick, Anthony?
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty serious about my New Balance collection. With the pairs I have coming in the mail and like expected for Christmas, I'll have like 7 pairs, maybe 8.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Shoes? New Balance shoes?
Yeah, I'm becoming like a sneakerhead. I was like a closet low key sneakerhead when I was in Chicago. I just never talked about it, but it's like I need a hobby, and like I'm doing it smart. I'm buying like cheap sale pairs, and like I'm not going after I'm not chasing like crazy drops and stuff. Like I just buy pairs that of like shoe models I like and colorways I think are cool that I find on sale. So I'm not trying to get like rare, oh, I just got this pair of Kith New Balance for $300 that I can't even wear. That feels sick to my stomach. But I'm becoming.
You got the Jamal Murray's
collector.
The Jamal Murray New Balances.
No, they have a lot of I see a lot of the fucking clutch, the New Balance basketball clutch stuff because that's it's who's that dude? That weird awkward guy who I can't remember his name. He played for the Spurs and then the Raptors, and hit that 3 to beat the Flyers. That bounced off the rim twice. The Flyers, the Sixers.
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, they have a lot of Kawhi Leonard stuff on discount all the time. But yeah, I'll check out the Jamal Murray. I'll have to see who's on their roster and see if there's a player I like. I really want to get the Shea Converse because those are sick as fuck, but they're so expensive and always sold out. Yeah. So I'm gonna with New Balance.
Not New Balance, but with some I forget who, but he has his
Jamal Murray
signature
New Balance.
Jokic's shoes actually look really cool. Jamal's are all right. I'm not a shoe guy. I don't really care about shoes. I usually have 1 or 2 pairs of shoes at a time.
Yeah.
I'll get into it.
Oh, these are all pretty cool. These are cool as fuck. Nice. Yeah, I'm a sneakerhead again. I asked for a gold chain for Christmas too, so I'm gonna have a gold chain and be a sneakerhead. So I don't know. I just need I need to be true to myself, and I think I'm just a douchebag. But a cool douchebag that cares for people.
Like a chill douche. Yeah,
I'm a chill douchebag who people are yeah, my friends don't love it that I'm wearing a gold chain, but they're honestly, yeah, you can pull it off, I guess. And then I don't get ragged on for it.
I turn 35 next year. I think I'm gonna become a tracksuit guy.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm turning 35 in February. So
I love walking. Imagine me walking the Lakeshore Path in a gold chain, wearing big ass headphones, listening to a Broncos podcast. Oh man.
It'd be awesome. That'd be awesome as fuck. I love walking too. That's why I got into the New Balances because I hurt my feet running so much. So I got a pair of New Balances and I was like, oh my God. Why am I not wearing just these shoes? And so that's kind of what started it. And then there's a big community for a New Balance collector. So it's yeah, might as well. I got my wife's blessing for it. And I'm doing research and I'm getting into putting outfits together and clothes and stuff too. And on my running page, I'm going to do once a month, do a fit check drop, I think, of cool running outfits and then put some of my normal outfits in there too. Just something. It's just something. I want to have non-football interests, and this is my thing. So I just needed to say that on the pod. It's whenever the Eagles are playing poorly, on Monday night, I started looking at shoes online. So Go ahead.
I just didn't know that New Balance was a Boston-based company.
That's the only negative part about it.